Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well. I'm MoonFauna, and today we'll be discussing the latest Sims 4 base game update and bug fixes. Let's start with the surprising brand collaboration with Coach and the fact that it is a free update. Not a kit, not a weekly reward unlock, just new items, and all you have to do is update the game. Thank goodness, finally. So let's see, it dropped January 13th, and the Coach collection featuring 9 new items. And let's see what it says here. Expect wearable staples, bold statements, and decor with signature Coach polish, bringing everyday luxury to create a sim and build by. Explore Create a Sim inspired by Coach favorites like the Soho sneakers, varsity jackets, and sleek skirt sets. Add the perfect finishing touches for any space in Build By with the iconic Coach decor items from the Heritage Trunk to the Coach Tabby and Brooklyn bags. And a new gallery household, the Carriage House. 3 friends chasing big dreams, big style, and a little bit of drama. Everything about this collaboration celebrates what Coach and the Sims share: creativity, individuality, inclusivity, and a sense of play. Let's take a look at how Coach's iconic craftsman meets the Sims' unmistakable flair. And there is a video, so let's watch the video together and just see what they mean. Alright, so before we even start looking here, we can see some iconic bags. And I think most of us might be feeling a little bit disappointed that you can't use the actual bags with your Sims. They're only in build mode. You can't wear them. And I don't understand why at this point, because there are outfits that have bags with them already. So why couldn't we have had that added in? And don't get me wrong, I don't want them put on an outfit. I want them separate and to be able to put them on an outfit that I want. I mean, CC creators are already going to be on this. We know that they're carrying the Sims for us, and thank goodness. We do have Agatha Crumplebottom in game, who has a bag that she iconically uses to whack people with. But we do have that in the game. So there are animations for Sims that could wear a bag, and I don't know, maybe I want my Sim to, throw their bag around. But at the same time, we do have that bag also to decorate with if we wanted to in debug, which is really nice. But having more that are actually in-game that you don't have to search through will be nice to decorate with. But again, I'm a little disappointed that our Sims can't wear them. But let's go ahead, and I think we'll start the video and we'll talk more about what we see. So that's the trunk. We can click on it to wear outfits. Sporty. So lots of different colors. That's nice. Thing I wanted to go back and look at. Let's see. All right, so we can see that there are some bag charms here. And these are very, very expensive bag charms that there are plenty of knockoffs for. This one looks a little funky. We'll have to take a look at it in game. But right here, I'm not sure if I like it as much. And let's just take a quick look at anything else they might say. In typical Coach fashion, these new cast items provide practical luxury to casual looks, evening wear, and everything in between. So whether your Sim is lounging around the house or attending a party, they're bound to turn heads. I actually think that the ones, I think it's far more casual than anything. Very laid back, kind of sporty. I don't know if I necessarily would say evening look. I guess like the skirt adds to the evening look of things, but otherwise I think it's more sporty. Accessories you live with. For Simmers who believe accessories make the outfit and the room new decor items, bring timeless elegance into any home. So we have the Coach Tabby and the Brooklyn bag. And I did see some people commenting about not liking that they're like defying gravity and whatnot, except when it comes to Coach, some of the bags are made to basically defy gravity. These bags in particular, they stand up like this. Now, these ones here, I don't know off the top of my head, but it does depend on like the leather type and how thick it is. So let's see. Show off your stylish pieces with the in-game bag room. A space with flair meets seamless magic. So that's this, right? The bag room. And the carriage house. Let's see. Okay, so there was another character in the video. I think maybe it was this character, but they're all wearing the different outfits. So let's see. Welcome to the Carriage House, where friendship, ambition, and fashion-forward chaos coexist under one stylish roof. Meet the roommates who wear their confidence like it's custom-tailored. Johnny Bag, he, him, a gifted musician who frequents the gym so his wardrobe fits and drapes to his perfectionist standards. Johnny loves S-pop and hip-hop, but spin the sounds of his pop in the presence and his inner snob may take center stage. All right, we have Brooklyn, they, them. This effortlessly cool fast food worker finds their happy place in whatever instrument or video game they're playing. Although Brooke's flirty but loyal energy creates a magnetic vibe, the absence of love will bring out their blues. Selena Sewe, confident, clever, and polished to perfection, Selena is a hopeless romantic on the hunt for the one. This freelance artist always has time for food, video games, and a little bit of mischief. Download the Carriage House and the In the Bag build in the Sims 4 gallery and show us your looks. Okay, so we'll definitely do that. We'll take a look at the Carriage House and the build room in game. Very interesting. And, you know, for as much as The Sims describes different types of artists and musicians, we still don't have bands. Where's our bands pack? Oh, I want it so much. Okay, but let's actually jump in game and we'll take a look at the outfits. All right, hopping into game here. Some of you might recognize from a past video, I have pumpkin spice here from my 𝗙𝗵𝗿 video. And I thought, who better than to show us some Coach outfits? So I have her here, and I did find the skirt and the jacket. Those are the new Coach items. The rest are not. So the jacket here, let's take a look at. We have a few different colors, and it is to match the skirt down below here. So here we are. I think it's really cute. I actually really like this one. I liked this leather look too. I think these are my favorite items from it. I think it's this one. There we go. That's better. But for our lovely pumpkin here, I thought the orange was the best for her. But I like this one. I think that they're very versatile. I like the skirt. I like that it's a little higher up than some of the skirts that we have in game. It's not an awfully long length. Sometimes we get like that weird mix of low hip down below. But I do like this one a lot. I like the length of it, the height of it. I think they did a good job when it comes to this outfit here. So here is a nice look, and then we can move on, and we have that skirt again, and this is the t-shirt, and these are the new shoes. So the shirt, we have a couple different ones, so we can check out the dinosaur, which I really love. And I do think this one's fun too, and there is just on the sleeve stuff as well, so we'll take a look. And this one here, I don't know, am I missing it? What is this? Am I supposed to know what that is? I don't know. But I like the peachy pink color. I do really like this one though. I think this is my favorite of the designs. Maybe the blue one I really like with the carriage, but I think it's just because I really like blue. And then we have all the same shirts, but with the Coach logo and English words, which I know everyone goes back and forth on whether or not like you want that in your game or if you prefer Simlish. I prefer the Simlish, but everyone likes their own things, but there are options if you prefer one over the other. And then the shoes. There are quite a few different swatches. I am a little disappointed in the fact that I did check with, I like the print, and the pink and the blue. But I was saying I'm disappointed. I did check for if kids got the t-shirt or the shoes or anything from it, and of course they don't, which with this collaboration, it's not really expected, but I do think they could have actually been put in here, and they're not. And let's see, we have a few more items. The shirt, and we did take a look at the shoes. The pants are not a part of it, but here is the jacket. And this is what I meant by it being rather sporty. And this one here is a little bit more beat up, which I actually kind of like. And then we saw the blue here. Now, for this one, I kind of went back and forth that I did like, actually, the logo of Coach a bit more than the Simlish here, just because the design shape is so different that I kind of liked the way that the Coach looked a bit more. I know that won't be everyone's take, but it is mine. But I wouldn't have minded this one here because I felt like the Coach was so tiny. But then you look at the back and it's right there.
Ooh.
So it's the same for these ones too. Okay, there we go. And if you're wondering, the pants here are 𝗙𝗶𝗱, which they have their own kit in the game, but I just thought this pant shape looked a little bit better than the pants that come with it on her frame. And so speaking of pants that come with it, there are these ones here. And the top is also CC, so you can see over here. I just thought this way we could show the pocket of the pants because I think this swatch is so pretty. I really like the little Coach symbols.
Huh.
And you have some neutral swatches. And of course, I love this color on her too, but I thought it'd be fun to give her something a little bit different. And so that's everything for the feminine frame. And I do have our masculine sim here. And they were not in my autumn video. I was going to use the sim for the autumn kit that happened for the Sims, but then the Sims made me sad and I did not buy the kit. So here is our long lost sim, 𝗙𝗶𝗱, who is a cousin to pumpkin spice and apple spice. And so we've got the jacket here. Again, it's all the same swatches, but just so you can see it on the frame type. There we go. And then the pants as well. Which I really love these pants on the masculine frame. I will not say no to the masculine frame getting more things because goodness knows we absolutely need them in game, and even though it's been years and years of saying this, they still are not shown as much love as they deserve. They have all the same for the shoes as well. And then let's take a look at the different shirt. There we go. And like I said, I really like this one here. Look at the dinosaur with the strawberry. I love it. Very quickly. So that's everything from the CAS items. And I'm just glad to have free items in the game that we didn't have to wait weeks to log in for. It's not a kit. And while I think it's an interesting brand collaboration, I don't think it's entirely unexpected. It's not the first time that The Sims has done something like this. I mean, I think we all can remember the MAC collaboration with the makeup. I won't put you through witnessing that eye makeup, but we did have that. And then the Moschino things as well. And I actually really like that one because of all the different camera features, less so the CAS items that came with it. Most recently, the SpongeBob collaboration, but that one, I don't know. The fact that the kits are more expensive than normal kits is insane to me. But something that I haven't seen so many people talking about lately is the fact that The Sims has finally listened, and some kits are now being sold as a bundle. And I'm actually really glad for that, for those who were able to get it. Again, I'm sad with The Sims, so I'm not buying their packs and such right now. But I do think they listened, and that part I will congratulate them on, I guess. I don't know a better way to phrase that, but they have done it a few times, and this isn't just with the SpongeBob one. I don't think the Sims are ever gonna really live that one down, but I'll show you what I mean, I think. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, here we are, the Sims 4 Warm Beginnings bundle, where you can get the Storybook Nursery Kit and the Cozy Bistro combined for $6.99. And while I know we're all mad at The Sims right now, and we can hope that the sale will somehow not happen, but at this point, I think it's kind of happening, which I know we all don't want. The Sims team are not making the decisions for EA, and that's something to keep in mind. Of course, we don't want our money going to evil corporations. So while I won't be buying a lot of items here, I do think if you are going to buy them, at least they are listening. We've complained about them not having bundles, and I think it's important to show that they listened. They are bundling items. This isn't the first bundle that they did, but it is the first one I'm showcasing. And like I said, there's also the SpongeBob bundle one, but I don't think you need to see that. But I do think we're going to jump back in game. We'll take a look at the Carriage House family, and we will look at the build room. I've gone ahead and I've put our Carriage House Sims already here for us to take a look at. And we've got Johnny here. And I think they made a really nice looking Sim. And they've styled all the outfits. I think it's a great household. I really like that. And we'll take a look at everyone here. So we've got Brooke. You can tell my game's being a little bit laggy here, so I'm sorry about that. Ooh. All right. And then we have Selena. Oh, wait. Did they have more? Hold on. Oh, I thought I saw it to the top that they had more than one outfit. Yeah, like that. Or is it just the lag? I think it might, yeah, it's the lag. Okay, so Selena's the one that has more than one outfit. Okay. Make sure we take a look at everything. Yeah, I think they've got an interesting household that they've made. And we'll jump in game and also take a look at the build room. So I'll be back in a moment. In game here, I have the Carriage House and we have the new room. So we can take a closer look at all our bags here. So getting in as close as I can. It does look like we have different textures when it comes to the bags here. So let's take a look. So I think these are just supposed to be leather. And yes, that's leather. I don't typically like when the graphics are so jagged and cut like that. And then we have, this one looks almost a bit more denim to me, which makes sense. And we have the iconic cherry here. I like them. Again, I'm just sad that we can't wear them in the game. It is also a little disappointing that they aren't in Simlish, but I think that has to do with branding in itself, so it makes sense. I just would have also liked to have some swatches that were in Simlish. So, oh, I do wish we had a blue swatch without this here. I mean, you can even see how the mesh isn't doing so well at this angle. We'll take some other looks around. All right, this side isn't that bad. It's just the front. I don't think it looks great. And it's a shame too, because I really like this brown look here. Let's see, the pink is really cute. Black is just kind of feels classic. Yeah, so we have like a normal brown, but the like soft leather one isn't like that. And there are the buttons on the back. All right, so they're okay. I don't know how often I will use them in game, but again, they're free. So I'm not complaining. If I want to decorate a wardrobe for a fancy sim, we'll at least have something to do so with instead of trying to find 𝗙𝗶𝗄𝗏 debug version. I wish we had versions without it and without the logo itself, but that's what we've got here. And then what I'm most interested in is actually in the trunk. Let's take a look at these swatches because I think this looks really nice. And then, oh, okay, so it does say Coach inside as well. Let's see. Different swatches. Okay, good. We have Simlish versions. That makes me happy. Ooh, and some plain versions. How nice. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's see one of our Sims interact with it. All right, Johnny, why don't you come over here and you put on your flirtiest outfit. And I'm actually going to have you all put on a flirty outfit just so we can see. Are they all the same? Oh, they are not the same. All right, so interesting. So I guess you could really get everyone to wear the same outfits this way. Let's try playful. Playful and playful. Speed it along. Everyone go change. All right. Not my favorite. His isn't too bad. I don't know how playful I feel these outfits are, but let's try the last one. Confident. Everyone put on their confident outfit. Let's go. Okay. I don't know how often I'm going to be using the coach stylings for it, but who knows? Some people obviously play differently than I do, so it might be an easy way to make some quick outfits. And it is nice to have a base game version of the trunk. The other trunk that we have is in Lovestruck. So actually, you know what? Let me take a look and see if I can find that, and we'll take a look at them close together. Okay, so I do think this one is a little larger. So we can see what it looks like inside. Yeah, I actually really like the base game version. I like that it's a little bit smaller. I think the inside looks really interesting. The Lovestruck one feels a little bit more messy, so it just depends on what you're looking for. And if you have Lovestruck, you have the same... I think you have all the same things that you can do on it. Let's see. Call to wear, and we can... Oh, we can all wear... Okay, so you can see I haven't really used the trunk that much. I'm assuming this one does the same thing too. Yep. Call to wear, custom costumes. Interesting. So that's great. If we wanted them all to go ahead and we're going to have a party and I want them all in their formal wear, let's go ahead and try that. Nice. That's not your formal wear, is it? Move along. No, they didn't change. They did not change into their formal wear. All right, so I think that's everything that comes with the Coach base game update. If I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and what you think about everything. Again, to me, this is all free content, so I'm not too mad about anything. I'm just glad to have more free content in this game, especially now knowing where our money will be going. But I do have a few more things to go over with you all. I want to take a look at the bug fixes, so I'm going to jump over there. Okay, so on the same day that we got that update, we also got bug fixes, and this article is called A Big Old Bag of Presents. Soul Simmers, we hope you had a cheery holiday. While Father Winter might be settling in back home, we're back from break to bring you a big old bag of presents, overflowing with some free Coach assets and a bunch of bug fixes. So we've gone over the Coach collection. Let's talk about the 5 most voted fixes here. We addressed the top reported issue, a server error while uploading to the gallery/library. This was primarily a console issue, but could occur with PC. And this error is a valid error that should occur under certain circumstances, but we fixed the flow so that it is more forgiving to player systems and far less likely to occur. The upload button will not be available until all thumbnail issues have been generated. When this error does occur, we have updated the generic server error message, and the player will now receive a dialog that provides more information and says, "Time out during upload. Please check internet connection or try again in a minute." All right. I mean, I didn't see that happening for me, so I can't quite comment on it, but it does seem like a lot of fancy words here saying, we didn't totally fix it. But we've added a box to help you know that there's an issue. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what it says. So let me know if you've been having this issue and does it seem to be helping you in any way, what they've done? In their December update, they fixed an issue where the child, teen, young adult, and elder Sims no longer had clothing visible under their privacy mosaic. We are now addressing the issue for the remaining age groups, fully resolving the issue. Okay, so this is just like if they hop in the shower, they're not wearing clothes anymore with it, which I don't really care about. I know it probably ruins the immersion for some people, but I don't care. Let's see. We fixed a notable instance of Sims standing around and not caring for their infants. See, this is what I care about. While holding infants, Sims were playing an idle animation that delayed responsiveness to queued interactions. This idle was removed. We hope to further address additional infant issues in future updates. That's what I care about. Okay, hopefully that's good. Oh well, now for the bigger one. I know so many Legacy players really just... It didn't go so well. They fixed an issue where memorial portraits and graduation photos would no longer display a Sim's image and appear blank. This fix does not address portraits and photos that were already broken, but will work on old saves for future gameplay with these objects. And that's so disappointing. So if you had all those blank images in your Legacy, they're gonna stay blank, and that hurts. Oh, I'm so sorry to all those players. Household small business employed Sims will no longer receive a Miss Work School UI pop-up when opening a small business while the Sim is at work or school. That's interesting. I didn't know that was happening. Updated hairs in the Afro Texture cast category were renamed to curly. This is a temporary change, and their update in February will have both curly and Afro textured hair tags to make finding the right look easier than ever. That seems like a long time to wait, and I'm not pleased with that. Again, it's a month, but still. It's interesting that they had to do that, and I wonder why. But now everyone has to wait until February for that. Anywho, they fixed some issues with different coloring on different hairs. They fixed, I think, what was it? Yeah, the bangs. Oh, and you can now put this is the one that I am interested in, the toddler makeup category. was hidden, and now you can do that, which is exciting, especially if you're an occult player and you want them to have an interesting look, or if you want to pretend that your sim went to like the carnival for the day and got their face painted. I think that's so cute, and so I don't know why they keep locking these things. The away action when your sims were at work, they weren't being like fed or going to the bathroom or anything like that, and now that should all work again, which is great, especially when you send your like kids to daycare and then they would come back and basically almost be taken away or ready to be taken away because of it. I do know that was a complaint. Your sims will no longer fight everyone. They fixed an issue where the pool to stand milestone wasn't working, and it wasn't working because your infant needed to be around certain objects to pull themselves up, and they've clarified this and made it a bit more obvious. And I care about this one here as an occult player. They fixed an issue where werewolf offspring of werewolves had black textures and no pelt upon aging to teen. So their fix should apply texture to any wolf. They were just like a shadow when they aged up, which wasn't great. And they've done a few other things. They fixed maids and butlers to actually mop puddles instead of vacuuming them, which I think they finally figured out that was happening because of their latest announcement they made that there is now a new expansion pack coming along for Royalty and Legacies. And they've done a lot of retagging, which I am so excited for. So they start off with like the lump of clay now being added to kids' activities, and you can have your kid play with it and they'll gain the creative skills section, which is so good. I really love that they fixed that. But then they've gone ahead and they've retagged a lot of different things when it comes to plants, when it comes to hair. The bookcase here you can now actually use as a bookcase. What's an exciting thing for modders, it appears to be, they've added changelogs. So they've tested adding a dedicated changelog for mod authors directly within the patch. And this should help CC and mod creators where they can quickly see what has been updated so that they can fix it in their coding for whatever there is. So that just means that if the mod community sees the update, they're going to just be able to get their updates out quicker, which I think is a nice aspect. I've got to say I'm a little surprised with how much that they are helping the mod community when it comes to this. It just seems a little different than what The Sims normally does, but I would like to hear more point of view from actual modders because they might have better insight and whether or not it is as helpful as it seems. So I'm going to be interested in hearing feedback on that end and looking to see what modders say. But please let me know your thoughts on the base game update and fixes here. I love hearing your feedback and just knowing what the community is feeling, and we can kind of share how we're feeling together. So please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever and whenever you are in the world. Until we meet again, goodbye for now!